In a rapidly evolving digital age where high-definition images dominate our screens, there's something truly captivating about the imperfections of the past. Film emulation allows us to relive those moments, to capture the essence of bygone eras, and to infuse our modern creations with the spirit of classic cinema. Today, I'm going to show you a film emulation plugin called Dehancer. Dehancer is a plugin that allows us to digitally recreate the essence of film, giving footage a more analog look. It does this by using a combination of various effects that we'll go over. For this video, I'm using Dehancer with DaVinci Resolve. There's a lot of videos out there about this plugin, so I thought I'd put my own spin on it and do something a little different. You may have already noticed that this video is in HDR, and that's made possible all thanks to Dehancer's support for DaVinci Wide Gamut. The footage we're using is shot on a Canon EOS R6 Mark II in C-Log 3. So let's get into some of the basic effects that Dehancer gives us. Beginning with film stock, Dehancer allows us to pick from well over 60 different film negatives. Here's a few different film types to show you. It's worth mentioning that Dehancer also supports the current range of Kodak Vision 3 film negatives, which, if you don't know, are pretty much the golden standard in modern filmmaking. There are some more experimental options available to you as well, such as black and white, Polaroid, or even something a little more unique. Film print is an option Dehancer gives you to emulate how colors behave when printed onto film for viewing. This can be used in combination with the film stock selection to create a unique interaction of colors within the plugin. My personal favorite, however, is Kodak 2383. Film grain is one area that I think Dehancer excels in. In many other effects plugins, film grain is digitally scanned and simply composited over the image. But Dehancer takes this one step further and actually reconstructs the image to utilize contrast and color along with the computer model of film noise to literally rebuild the shot as if it were captured on film. It can be a subtle effect, especially with YouTube's video compression, so here's an example of it up close. I love how it behaves and how it softens up the image just as how an actual film negative behaves. Another film effect that Dehancer is capable of recreating is halation. Halation is known as the reddish glow around highlights and contrast on traditional film. It can also appear as a subtle red glare in the midtones of an image, which can have an interesting effect on skin tones as well. Bloom is just a glow that only affects the highlights and bright light sources of a shot, but used properly it has the ability to add a little bit more atmosphere to a scene. Film breath is another cool effect Dehancer has that simulates the accidental change in exposure, contrast, and color from frame to frame as the film moves. This is usually caused by deviations and imperfections in both the film negative and the camera when shooting on film. While it's not very common to see on modern film cameras nowadays, this is one effect that can certainly be used to bring your audience back in time. Gate weave is a simple jitter effect meant to replicate the mechanical swinging of a film strip while it's being pulled through either a camera or projector. Dehancer also comes with a few other tools for making adjustments such as shifting colors, adjusting exposure, adding contrast, as well as an effect to add vignette to your film. While the use of some of these tools are a bit more technical, it's nice to know that they're available should you need them. So that covers the basics of what Dehancer has to offer. I've had the privilege of using this plugin for the past month, and I have to say I'm honestly blown away with what I can achieve with it. And if you're looking to take this plugin with you on the go, you can also check out Dehancer for iPhone. You'll get all the awesome features of the plugin packed into the palm of your hand to edit both photos and video. That includes all effects like film stock, film print, grain, bloom, halation, and more. So now that I've talked about what this plugin actually does really well, let's go over some of the cons. First, lack of presets. Certain effects like film grain lack an availability of presets, and while it's not really anything to truly complain about because it doesn't really take any effort to get good results, it would be kind of nice to have certain presets for certain types of film, much like the stock film grain effect in DaVinci Resolve. My second con is that Dehancer is incredibly resource intensive, and there's not really anything you can do about this one. A lot of these effects take up a lot of horsepower to crank out, so before you dive into it, you should be aware that render times will be greatly extended, and it would be a good thing to have a powerful computer on hand to crank out these effects. The third con is the cost. While Dehancer is an incredible plugin that definitely delivers results, unfortunately it has the potential to be a burden on your wallet at $3.99 and soon to be $4.49 after June 1st. While that's certainly a hefty cost and certainly more than a DaVinci Resolve Studio license, but if you like Dehancer and you're on the fence about getting it and not sure what to do, my recommendation would be to go ahead and make the plunge. Even if it's too expensive for you, Dehancer offers a cheaper light version of this plugin as well as the ability to buy individual effects. And with my discount code down in the description of this video, you can get 10% off your purchase, which will also help support this channel to keep making the content you guys know and love. With all that being said, I think Dehancer will definitely have its place in my toolbox for future projects. I think the team behind it did an incredible job with all of its features, and they're working really hard on adding new features here in the near future. So with that, those are my thoughts on this plugin. There's definitely more to go over with this, but I figured I would just give you guys a basic look into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.